Hello, 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 and ham hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Yo, You Like That. I am Zarataro, your lovable VTubing ham host here today. We have another very special guest here to discuss games, which is what we do here on Yo, You Like That. I invite a guest, whether they are a streamer, PNG tuber, VTuber, YouTuber, Sans tuber, Space tuber, Toilet tuber. I mean, there might be one. We don't know yet. I don't know. Go to self. Copyright toilet tuber. Anyway, we have a very special guest here today. Let me go ahead and bring her on. Here we've got SukiTanuki. Hello, Suki. Hello.
Hello?
There you are. Hey. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I I can't hear you.
You can't
I,
hear
I had
me.
to pull up the Twitch to hear you.
Well, that's not right. Hold on one second. Let me leave the room and come back in.
Here.
Okay, how about now?
I can hear you now. There we go.
Yay! Go Discord. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the show. How are you
I'm
doing?
doing good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing so good today. Suki, go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience. How are you? When are you? Who are you?
Well, who am I? That's a great question. I am a VTuber who is totally just a digital AI and not a virus like what everyone says. If they say that, ignore that. That is wrong.
The wrongest of wrong. I
Exactly.
should know. We have a very, very extensive that may not have renewed the subscription for malware protection on this show. So we would know.
Exactly, and just ignore the fact that my form is a little glitchy today. I've been a little under the weather, so pieces of me are kind of fading in and out of existence. It's a little harder to maintain this physical body.
I need some more light bulbs on my hologram thing. I'm sorry. I meant to replace them, but they're so high up on the ceiling, and I am so tiny.
Unfortunately, I cannot grasp anything physical, so I can't help you there.
Man, how many VTubers does it take to screw in a light bulb? More than us, too.
I'm being attacked, and I haven't even said anything yet.
Nah, it's alright. We have the game. The Suki is picked here. Let me go ahead and bring it. Ba 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 ba. Genshin Impact. Da da da.
My biggest addiction.
Biggest addiction. Genshin Impact. It's not just you. Genshin Impact was the phenomenon that blew everyone's expectations out of the water. I think it's like making $1 billion every breath we take.
Practically. It's all because of that silly gotcha system.
Delicious. Gotcha. Just drink down.
Ah.
So go ahead and tell our audience. I'm sure they probably don't need any introduction to the game, but for anyone watching the VOD, what is a Genshin Impact?
Genshin Impact. It's the name of a fun online RPG that really isn't as multiplayer as they advertise. It has a gacha system that's where you unlock new characters and new weapons, and you go through the world of Teyvat trying to find your lost sibling.
Yeah. And as far as the gameplay goes, is it
Very similar to Breath of the Wild. It has similar climbing, exploring, stamina. Very similar to all that, but it does have a health bar level up system, so your characters can max out at level 90 to make them more powerful. You can gather artifacts, and there's different elements, 7 total, and 5 weapon types? There's either 4 or 5 weapon types. Even like 5 weapon types. There are 5 weapon types.
so a good variety for anyone that likes any kind of play, whether you like the fast little short weapons or the big giant clubs or bows. It's got a little bit of everything.
Pretty much. You can have a diverse team of like elements and weapons, or you can have a team of all sword wielding, electro and animo users.
Nice. It's always good to be able to pick what you want and it still be viable.
Only if you get it in a pool.
Ah, that's right, chance. Got to have a little bit of luck with this game.
Gotta more than luck.
How did you discover Genshin Impact?
I saw it through the ads. The ads were literally screaming at me like up to the release. So within like the first week of the game being released, I broke and I downloaded it. So I have been playing this since it first came out.
It's kind of hard to argue with the whole free to play kind of thing. It's like, hey, this is a free download. You're like, oh, well, I guess I'll give it a shot.
Oh yeah, no, I'm very thankful. Nothing in terms of like story, exploration, or chances or like pay. The only thing that you have to pay for is if you want uh guaranteed new characters, which hurts.
And they're all such pretty boys and girls. I have to say, like every year, there's usually like a game that's like big as far as like cosplay and like fan mangas. Like it started off being like your Toho, and then your League of Legends, and then your Azure Blue. Nowadays, if there's any character I don't recognize, I assume it's a Genshin.
Assume it's a Genshin. Yeah, it doesn't help that with their marketing, they come out with a new character almost every month. And now that they introduced that they'll have two event characters going on at the same time, they can do reruns and new characters at the same time.
Two characters, but that's like $2 billion every breath we take.
I'm not going to tell them about Goro. Goro's my biggest shame, and he's only a 4-star character.
Hey, we're allowed to have our vices. Trust me, I have so many husbandos and waifus throughout many series. Some of them are robots, like mobile suits.
Oh, come on, those are like the best ones.
They are the best. GPO4 Gabera for the win. I have no shame.
No shame.
Zero shame. So what about the game do you find like the most enjoyable when it comes to Genshin Impact? Like whenever you like, start to play, what's like, you know what? I just want to chill and have some fun. This is what I'm gonna do.
Honestly, the biggest thing is exploring the new areas. Every year or so, I think it's their schedule now. They're going to release like a new region, and usually they will update the region through each version. So you learn more of the story through them on top of just like the main storyline. Lots of different areas. Each region focuses on a different element that coincides with who their Archon is. And so it's just a whole new way to explore in each little area.
Okay. So between all the climbing, the gliding, just kind of like, going on foot and just seeing like the new worlds that they get to explore.
Yes, I love it so much.
Is there swimming in the game? I don't
Yes,
think I
there
ever.
is swimming, but if you lose your stamina, you will drown. Or you could just use
No.
Kaya and Ice Bridge across the water.
Oh, that's right. You can do like the whole like X-Men Iceman thing and just kind of like skate across.
Pretty much. Unless your brother
Oh, that's
D-Luke
so
is there,
cool.
in which case he will melt it as you walk across.
That's true. Actually, that's one thing I noticed whenever I was playing this game is that this game really likes to incorporate like the elements into the environment.
Oh yeah,
So your lightning will shock your water, your ice will freeze your water, your fire will fire your water.
pretty much. Evaporate is the term. Each elemental reaction, you can attack different characters with different elements, and they'll cause different reactions. Like if they're wet and you use Fyro, it's vaporize. Either that or you use fire and then water first. Then you have like frozen. You have with the newest intro of Dendro. You have Bloom, for example, with Dendro and Hydro. Lots of different reactions.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh yeah, and it's a whole wheel of how they interact with each other, and that was a big deal when Dendro came out because Electro was like extremely underpowered compared to the other elements, and Dendro introduced a whole new reaction that kind of helped boost the Electro.
Nice. Gotta have your balance.
Oh yeah, it's still not very balanced. If you have Hu Tao, you one shot.
Can you be like the Avatar? Can you have like all the elements? Is there any character like that, or is every character
So
kind of
the
just guessed to
traveler
one?
that you get, they can what was the term? They can like not harmonize, but they can kind of like react with the different elements in a way. So every time you go to a statue, which unlocks like a area of the map, resonate. They can resonate with the element of that region, and so they can change what element powers they use depending on if you want to use them as a different element or not. So right now you can only choose up to 4 different elements for the traveler, and you can only have one element at a time. But they are able to change, and that's a big part of the story. Everyone kind of makes a comment about how it's amazing you can control the elements, but don't have a vision.
Oh.
Yeah, and
So it's got some like lore built into it. That's
oh yeah, no,
cool.
there's a whole bunch of lore about the different characters because you're not from this world. You as the traveler are not from this world.
Oh, that's
And
right. You were fighting cubes at the
yeah,
beginning, right?
you and your
Cube
sibling was
Princess.
fighting the unknown god is what everyone calls her right now. And so they took your sibling and you've been gone ever since. So you first arrived 500 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. So you are now trying to find your sibling with your companion Paimon.
The good backup food source. Yes.
Yes. And you learn to either absolutely love her or utterly despise her.
Those are two good options.
Oh yeah.
So when this game first came out, I remember there was a big push immediately towards like the mobile version in regards. Have you ever tried the mobile version?
Yes, I have played every single version. I have played mobile, I have played PC, which is what I mainly play on, and I've played PlayStation. The mobile version um, takes up a lot of space for a phone,
Oh,
especially
I
as it's
believe it.
gotten bigger, but I do still have it on there, but I mainly just use it to get my dailies when I can't play at
Oh,
home.
that's smart.
But I play mostly on PC. And that's the whole
Okay.
reason why certain aspects of the game on PC can feel a little lacking at times, specifically the Serena pot, because due to mobile limits, they can't have too many objects loaded into one area.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So everything has to be mobile compatible. My little sister plays it on mobile more than me, though, so she plays exclusively on mobile, and it still works for us to play together.
Yeah, I mean, younger kids are way better at the mobile adaptation than I could ever be.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen I've seen like just some like excellent like PUBG skill, and I'm like, how do I
It's
shoot?
crazy how good they are on mobile. Then I'm over here like, give me keyboard or give me death.
I need more keys. Give me let me plug into the side of my keyboard. I need an extra dumb key.
But it's Paimon and her villain arc.
We all have a good villain arc. How did you feel about the anime getting announced?
I am excited, but I'm trying to figure out what exactly the plot's going to be because either I think what they talked about is it's going to focus on the traveler a little bit more before where we currently are in the story. But so I'm very curious what they're going to reveal in the anime, if it's going to be like slowly released to help give us information like what we know in the game, or if it will kind of cross in a way where like it'll be spoilers for one another. I do remember hearing a rumor that each season was going to focus on a different region of Tibet.
Okay. Oh, looks like someone in the chat don't know. Yeah, an
Yeah.
anime got announced.
During the
Very excited.
I think it was during the 2-year anniversary event they announced the anime.
Yeah, and I think the Crunchyroll Expo had a brief little trailer snippet too. So
Yeah, you should look it up, Monster Dad. For what little they showed, it is very pretty.
it's very pretty. But they don't show much, which is why we're just kind of speculating. I personally would love just like it being just like a series of short stories with all the different characters.
That would
Like,
be cool.
like nothing too serious. Just like, oh yeah, these are these two characters going off on a shopping trip and everything goes wrong.
You're telling I'm gonna be able to see Mommy Lisa in anime form? Who knows? Maybe. I'm
Maybe.
kind of hoping we can see the Archons in their prime, because right now we're kind of seeing them at the end.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
I imagine the people working on this anime have
insider
a lot of
knowledge.
well, in certain knowledge, but also probably a lot of oversight from like, okay, you've got to have this, you got to have this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But either way, it's always good to that there's going to be a little bit extra like love and attention towards it. Eventually we'll get the anime, and then we'll get the Netflix live action special, and
No,
then we'll get.
stop right there.
Oh no!
Oh.
I was going to go to the K drama next, but okay.
Hey, look, I'm okay with the K drama, not the Netflix adaptation, though.
Darn. Maybe next time. Maybe Azure Blue can get a Netflix adaptation.
Oh, torturing people. That's what you're doing.
Let's see. So, of course, the question I know you've been looking forward to the most: who is your favorite character in this, and
I
why?
have a lot of favorite characters.
Break it down for us. Top three. What you
Oh
got?
god, that's even that hard. Top three. I'm gonna get attacked. Albedo, Goro, D-Luke.
Okay.
Yes. Goro is Puppy General. He's very cute, and I've actually met his voice actor in real life at a convention. I got signed artwork.
Oh, that's
Yes, I
cool.
love it. And that's the one that I spent over $150 just to get him. And he's a four-star
It'd be like
character.
that. It'd be like
Yes. And then
that.
D-Luke is just a pretty man.
He's a very pretty man.
D-Luke just I'm a complete simp for I will be honest here and there.
Hey.
Yeah. And then Albedo, I originally like could care less. I got him out of like my first 10 pull on his banner. I had no idea what he was, who he did. My account had gotten hacked and he was the banner that was on when I got my account back. And I literally said, I better get a 5-star out of this bullshit that I went through just to get my account back. And I got a 5-star in the first 10 pull.
Hey. At least that kind of worked
Oh
out.
yeah,
Kind of.
and it turns out I actually really like him. He was a lot of fun to play, and he's quite pretty, and his story is interesting too.
So Suki's all about the boy foos. Or husbandos.
Uh,
Husboydos.
yeah, I like my husbandos. Yeah, and then of course the one I'm currently saving up for is Scaramouche. I'm excited
Yeah.
for him too.
Fingers crossed and all of the ham blessings that you get him.
Oh yeah. In terms of like actual characters that I just play though, again I do really like how D-Luke plays. I also play Hu Tao. Hu Tao is one of my favorites to play as well because she's just kind of my press E and win.
I mean, does it win?
Yes, because I have her built pretty well and I also have her in slot weapon and so she does big damage. She go big number which gives serotonin.
Big number, good. I like when number gets big and bar gets filled. But then bar goes back to zero and I sad.
She kills herself, so every time you press E, her health bar goes down a third.
Yeah, it's like a Dark Knight Final Fantasy. Let's fucking
And
go.
when
I'm
she's
down for
under half health, she does more damage.
this.
And then Kazu has another fun one just because he can gather up all the enemies. They're all so fun. They have
What's your favorite enemy?
favorite enemy. Ooh. I really like the weekly bosses because I think they kind of have like the most unique battles. My favorite one to fight has always been Child, just because he's a little annoying without being bullshit.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Now, since this takes like a lot of like inspiration from Breath of the Wild, does it have kind of like big, large, dynamic boss fights? Kind of like in regards to like
So I'd say
uh
the boss fights are a little different, in which they do kind of have some like little area mini bosses that you can trigger for either a chest or something, and sometimes stories will have mini ones where they're kind of harder overworld versions.
mhm.
And then like select like more powerful rune guards, kinda. In terms of
Okay.
like actual like bosses, you can get material to level up your character. You have the ones that respawn every 15 minutes or so, in which you use resin to gain the material from them to level up your characters that you have. And each character has a different boss where you would have to get the material. And then there's the weekly bosses that you can use to power up your characters. Attack, elemental burst, and hurt their E. And those you can
Okay.
only do each one once a week, and the first three you do cost half the resin.
Gotcha. Okay. And the game I was thinking of was Shadow of the Colossus. I was wondering if there are any like big like colossi guys, or if like bosses were more like, oh, this is like the character that's kind of the same size as you, the Virgil
Uh,
to your Dante, if you would.
there is one right now. Well, they're not quite Shadow of Colossus levels. The Valen kind of is. where Dvalin, you had to shoot his feet and slowly break his shield, and then once his shield is broken, he'll kind of go down temporarily, where you can climb up and hit his weak point, where you'll do the actual damage to his health. And then
Okay.
Azdaha is very big too, but you just kind of wail on him like you would any other enemy while praying that you don't get hit, and hopefully you have a shield character, or else you will get hurt.
Oof. Gotcha. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Well, something I want to like do with this one, kind of like test like nothing trivia, but all right. Sofa CEO session. All right. Say you get to make a spin-off of Genshin Impact.
Ooh.
What kind of game is it?
If I could make like a spin-off of a Genshin Impact,
Yes.
something that wouldn't have a gotcha system, that's for sure. They're already doing a spin-off with like a card game, which I think is really cool. Ooh, this is a hard one actually. I think probably something kind of in line with maybe Honkai Impact. I haven't played a whole lot of it.
Okay.
Which they actually have Kaching and Fischl from this game is in Honkai Impact.
Oh, okay. Was he like a guest character?
Yeah, they were like they did a little crossover thing. So something like that, or if honestly, if we want to go really cracked out, a rhythm game like Project Diva.
Yo, a rhythm game with Genshin Impact would be amazing.
I mean, Barbara literally does singing, so does Jin Yang. So there's two characters right off the top of my head that does music. Yunjin also does it. She literally is like based off of Chinese opera. And
hey,
then
look, you got a band right there.
yeah, and then Nilo, she's more of a dancer, but still, I think all that would actually be kind of cool. You could even
Right?
have like in like an alternate universe where they're all in modern clothing.
Yeah, like a Love Life kind of thing.
Yes.
Yo, let's go. I'm down. All right. All right. Psy Games or whoever, that idea is going to cost you $5 billion. So I expect the check by tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Me and Suki have to split it.
Yeah,
That's
sounds
the
fair.
rule.
I can pay off my student loans with that.
And I can start getting some student loans with that. Hey.
Student loans.
All right. So let's go ahead and. Oh wait, no, I had one more question before I was going to say. Let's go ahead and take a question from the audience. What would you recommend this game and why?
If you are prone to gambling addictions and with other gacha games, no, they're kind of money hungry. So if you have a problem with spending, no, definitely not. If you have self-control, you don't have anything better to do, and you're fine with there being kind of lack of content in between versions sometimes, yeah, go ahead. Now that there's 4 regions, there's definitely a lot more to do versus like when it first came out, and once you were caught up, it's like, man, what do I do now? Because there is a lot more stuff, but be prepared because it is on the grindy side, especially if you want to build your characters.
Okay.
Oh.
So definitely stay away if you have any kind of like tendencies to like gambling addiction or like accidental like way too much spending.
Like me.
But if there is a game that's kind of like Breath of the Wild with a lot of exploring, now's a good time to get into it because there's just a lot more area.
Oh yeah.
All right.
And if there's a character that you really want, you don't have to spend all your money on it because you're guaranteed a rerun at some point. Oh.
Eventually, one day.
Yeah. Now, some characters are going to take a long time. You might have over a year, but you'll get your rerun, especially if it's a character like the Archon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take a question from the audience. If y'all have a question about Genshin Impact or for Suki, go ahead and ask us now. Let's see. Genshin Impact kart racer, good idea or no? If it's going to be a kart racer, then it needs to be like Twisted Metal.
See, like Genshin adding mounts and stuff and racing over it. Genshin and its different events kind of has weird, not part of the games. Like there's one that almost feels tower defense, right? Kinda. And again, they're adding like a card game into it. So honestly, a Genshin kart racer, it wouldn't surprise me. Monster Dad raise his hand.
You have a question. Ask it. Ask away. You don't have to raise hands. You all have to fight for it. You just have to yell your questions out, and the one that I love the most will get asked.
Yes. That's one way to do it.
I'm such a bad host.
No, that's a great way to be a host.
Genshin themed energy drinks. Thoughts? Only if it's called their sweat.
No,
It's got to be called character sweat.
that's terrible.
That's the only way it'll sell.
Honestly, though, if you did like energy drinks based off of Genshin Impact characters, I think it could really work, especially for the Electro characters. I
It's full of electrolytes. What are electrolytes?
no
It
idea.
it's got Brando's got them.
But I mean, I've seen Naruto energy drinks at Hot Topic. It's only a matter of time before they slap like the Traveler and Lisa on it.
Yeah, there's all Sonic the Hedgehog energy drinks. There's a whole bunch out there.
Goku,
Goku
how long do you think the story is going to be? That
forever.
it feels like it. No, for all we know, it's been taking 1 year basically between regions, and so we're pretty much guaranteed since there is still 3 more regions plus Conria plus was it like Celestia? We're
I was
guaranteed.
gonna
I
say is
think like
once you get all the regions in like
5
one
more
continent, you're gonna
years
go to another planet.
minimum plus like another one, and some people wonder if we're just going to get the story again rehashed through this second Traveler eventually. So for all we know, once we find our sibling, we could have a whole second set. There was a rumor at one point that they had a 10-year plan, and it wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't that far off and they still had like 7 years left in them.
Yeah, no, I see this going as long as it keeps making money.
Oh yeah,
So,
because again,
and when it slows down making money, expect Genshin Impact 2.
uh,
It won't be that much different, but you'll have to rebuy all the characters. No, I'm kidding.
don't pull an Overwatch.
Wah wah. Nah. But no, yeah, no, it was a fun little game. I actually got to like replay it a bit from my initial time. I had some fun, so I definitely think if people like a good like adventure game to go roam and explore and beat up a whole bunch of slimes, definitely give that a shot.
If you need
Suki!
help building the characters or exploring certain areas, my Huta will be more than happy to help.
There you go. Feel free to reach out. Suki, what are you doing lately? Are you doing any streams or just kind of taking it chill?
I'm just taking a chill right now. I'm working a lot and getting over a cold or something.
Well, we wish you the best of health. But when you do, Suki streams things like Pokemon and Genshin Impact and shoot bangs like Overwatch. So feel free to check her out.
I'm a variety. And Cult of the Lamb. I need to get back into
And Cult
that.
of the Lamb, that's right. That's a silly game.
It's so cute.
Everyone, thank you all for coming by to watch. It looks like our second guest has come down with a bit of a sickness, so we won't be doing our second segment here today. So we'll be stopping at this point.
We all got sick.
It's the season changing, I'm sure, but it's okay. But I want to thank everyone for stopping by and hanging out. Suki, thank you for guesting. It was a lot of fun talking about this. I love seeing what you like because I like it now too.
Yes. Spread the gambling addiction.
Oh, trust me, I play Fire Emblem Heroes. There's no need to worry about that.
Your poor wallet.
All right, everyone. Tomorrow we'll be back with some more games like Mother 3 and Parasite Eve. So look forward to that. I love you all, and I hope you all have a good night. Thank you.